It's a wet, rainy, cold night from Fenway Park. It's the middle game of a three-game series between the Oakland A's and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, last night, the Red Sox were able to secure the victory in Game 1 of the series. A big night for Mike Napoli, but then again, all season's been big for Napoli.
He has really done a great job for the Red Sox. 25 RBIs on the season, hitting mostly out of that cleanup spot for the Boston Red Sox. And, of course, Napoli got off to a slow start because he was pulling off the ball. But now that front shoulder is right on the baseball. A good example last night going the other way to drive in a run. And then the home run up over the Green Monster, the grand slam home for Napoli. 5 RBIs in the night. The combination of he and David Ortiz should be very potent all season long as we move on through the season in the middle of that lineup. Ortiz not in the lineup tonight, but Napoli is. And, boy, if he was not swinging the bat the way he was right now, the Red Sox offense might be really struggling.
Well, tonight the Red Sox look to make it 2 in a row over the A's. They send Alfredo Aceves to the hill. Going to be a rainy night here tonight from Fenway. We're back with the first pitch right after this. Powered by Dunkin' Donuts, DCU Digital Federal Credit Union, Hyundai, Toyota's official site for deals via Toyota.com, Sullivan Tire, and by Southwest Airlines. Well, the Red Sox take the field tonight at Fenway Park as the rain falls here at Fenway very lightly, and it does not appear that it is going to get any better as the night goes on, but not hard enough for the Red Sox and Oakland A's not to play this game. So Alfredo Aceves and the Red Sox take the field. As they do, let's check out the Oakland A's starting lineup. It's brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Coco Crisp leads it off in center field with John Chaso doing the catching. Seth Smith is the DH. He bats third with Jed Lowry back at shortstop in the cleanup spot. Brandon Moss is at first base with Josh Donaldson at third base. He bats sixth. Josh Reddick in right field batting seventh with Chris Young in left field eighth. And Eric Sogard, who came into the game last night as a pinch hitter, gets the start at second base and bats ninth. As for the Red Sox, let's head down the pipe with FW Webb to meet tonight's starter. It's Alfredo Aceves, who makes his 5th appearance of the year, 3rd start. He is 1-0 with a 6.28 earned run average, 11 strikeouts. Opponent sitting at 305 against Alfredo, and this could be his last start for a while, as it appears John Lackey will be back very soon.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you on Nesson by Southwest Airlines. They are first in the American League, 4 errors in 19 games. Will Middlebrooks will be at third base. Stephen Drew, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second, and Mike Napoli, the first baseman. Left to right, Daniel Nava, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Shane Victorino, and Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for Aceves.
The umpiring crew tonight, it is Hunter Wintelstead in behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. The crew chief Jerry Lane is at first base. Greg Gibson at second base. And Mike Easterbrook is at third. Tonight's game is available in Spanish by pushing the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Coco Crisp to lead it off here for the Red Sox. 309 average for Coco. Alfredo Aceves on the mound tonight for the Red Sox. A light rain. It's kind of a driving rain right now with the breeze blowing in hard from center field to get this one started. First pitch of the ball game from Aceves. He is in there for strike one, and we are underway. Well, here are the actual numbers tonight. 42 degrees to start the game. Certainly feels colder than that. Breeze in at 17 miles an hour. And more of the same expected throughout the evening as there is strike two. Oakland A's only visiting on one occasion this season. That's what makes tonight particularly tough. And the Red Sox just playing a day-night doubleheader on Sunday against Kansas City. So we play through the conditions, or certainly hope to tonight. Swing and a miss, and Aceves able to strike out Crisp to start the night. Well, it's been a good year so far for Mike Napoli. With more, here's Jenny Dell.
That's right, Don. You covered it in the beginning, but leading the majors right now with 25 RBI. He said earlier that he's just trying to keep the same routine going day in and day out. And earlier, we have our quote of the day brought to you by Geico, and it comes from John Farrell on Mike Napoli. He said he's doing exactly what we hoped he would do. It's great to see that production in the middle of the order. I hate to think where we'd be without him.
Well, it has really been an amazing year for him, driving in series of runs, and last night the big grand slam. And certainly the Red Sox needed every run they got in last night's game, as it turned out. The A's coming from behind now. Napoli turns in some defense, going up in the air to grab that. And John Jaso is retired, 2 down.
Well, right on cue, we're talking about the offense of Napoli, and defensively he takes extra bases away from Jaso. A changeup from Aceves and a line drive that Napoli has to go up, make the catch on, and Red Sox and Aceves pick up 2 quick outs here in the first. How about all the gear the players have on tonight?
A lot of stuff.
It up.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Well, 2 down. Seth Smith, the batter, he came off the bench to pinch hit in last night's game, and back in the starting lineup as the DH. He hits at .388. The home run, 7 runs batted in. Not only is he back in the lineup, but he's batting third for the Oakland A's. Elevated pitch that time, and a swing and a miss. Yeah, I like the extended hats they have now that are very, very warm, it appears. It's like Joe Madden was wearing them long before a lot of other people were. Strike 3 call. Nice first inning on 8 pitches. Alfredo Aceves. A 1-2-3 inning. Red Sox are coming up from Fenway. easily in the top half of the first inning, and on the mound tonight for the A's, former Red Sox pitcher Bartolo Colon, who's had a very good start to this season. His fourth start of the year. He's 2-0 with a 3.32 earned run average. In 19 innings, he's allowed 20 hits, 10 Ks. He hasn't walked anybody. And opponent's hitting at 270 against Colon. Jacoby Ellsbury swings at the first pitch and drives it out to left field. Chris Young is out there, and he'll make the catch. Wynn knocking that back towards the infield for the first out. Let's check out the batting order for the Boston Red Sox, brought to you by New England Chevy Dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury in center field. Shane Victorino in right with Dustin Pedroia at second base. Mike Napoli at first with Daniel Nava in left. Will Middlebrooks at third base with Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching. Johnny Gomes, a former Oakland A's, the DH, and another Oakland A's, Stephen Drew, is at shortstop batting ninth. A lot of connections between these two teams in this series, and former members of the Red Sox who are now the Oakland A's, and likewise Victorino hitting at 308 coming into tonight's action.
One thing the Red Sox will see from Colon tonight is a lot of fastballs, both four-seam fastballs and two-seam fastballs.
Bob Melvin's Oakland A's come in at 12-8 to begin the year. This one fouled off to the left, out of play. Now Colon also throws a lot of strikes. I mentioned that he has not walked anybody so far this season. The highest percentage of strikes thrown. The 0-2. That is up and away with that fastball. Still gets it up there pretty good. 93 miles an hour that time.
Yeah, when he was younger, he'd be talking about 97, 98 miles an hour with Colon.
In the air to left field as Young comes in. And he handles the first two outs here at the bottom of the first inning.
Let's take a look at the Oakland defense. 7th in the American League with 11 errors in 20 games. Josh Donaldson will be at third base. Jed Lowry, the shortstop. Eric Sogard at second. And Brandon Moss, the first baseman. Left to right, Chris Young, Coco Crisp, and Josh Reddick. And John Jaso doing the catching for Bartolo Colon.
Two down here in the first inning for Dustin Pedroia. Colon has not thrown a wild pitch in his first three starts either. As Dustin Pedroia hits at .292, no homers, and 7 runs batted in. This one back into the seats and out of play. 173 wins for Bartolo Colon, third most among Dominican-born pitchers, behind Juan Marichal and Pedro Martinez. Marichal with 243 wins, Pedro with 219 in his career. And then Bartolo Colon. This is chopped off. The mound comes Colon. He's got to hurry. The throw is going to be one hopped and not in time.
Well, Colon actually made a pretty good play on that, but because of the way it was hit and how high it bounced off the bat of Pedroia is able to beat it out at first base. Dustin only been 1 for 10 against Colon in his career. It seemed like forever for that ball to come down, and Colon purposely threw that in the grass so it would skip the first base.
So 2 on base runner here for the Red Sox, and it brings up Mike Napoli. 278, 4 homers and 25 runs batted in for Napoli. Napoli with a season high 5 RBIs in last night's game, 2 for 4 with a double, and his 4th career grand slam, his first since 2011. Ironically, that grand slam was also against the Oakland A's, and he was a member of the Texas Rangers. 0-2.
Napoli, a .375 hitter in his career against Cologne. He's 5 for his last 9 at bats.
Napoli fouls it off to the right and out of play. Daniel Nava batting in the 5th spot tonight for the Red Sox. A scheduled off night tonight for David Ortiz. Sure, the elements also kind of played into that decision tonight not to have David in the starting lineup, but no problems with his heels. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Napoli to end the inning. We're done with one tonight from Fenway. No score. Now that is a hat, Jerry.
I love it. It looks like a sheep hat, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I love sheep.
This week, great baseball action continues as the Red Sox take on the Oakland A's and Houston Astros. Get your tickets for these great matchups by calling 877-RED-SOX-9 online at redsox.com/tickets or visit the Fenway Park ticket office. Remember, during the month of April, kids 12 and under eat free, and KM Fenway Franks are 2 for 1 all month long. Tickets are available with a number of home games to choose from. There's a game for everyone. And they're working on the mound area here in between innings, and Alfredo Aceves helping as well.
Now it looks like we're going to see this all night long between innings, working on the mound, working on the infield, trying to keep it as playable as possible under these really terrible conditions here tonight at Fenway.
Let's send it down to Jenny.
Well, Don, some of the Oakland Athletics players came here to Boston, and the first thing they did was actually go to the Boston Children's Hospital to go visit some of those families that were affected by the bombings on Monday. Josh Reddick and Brandon Moss went and spent nearly 2 hours with 11-year-old Aaron Hearn. He was one of the kids that underwent a number of surgeries on his leg. And also, I was told that all Red Sox players are taking shifts, going to different hospitals. Some of the Red Sox players were going and spent some time with the families and all those affected this morning as well.
Jay, thank you very much. We're not a surprise at all.
Red Sox players splitting up into different groups and going to different hospitals around Boston today, visiting the patients.
Well, Alfredo Seves has finished his warm-up tosses after they worked on the mound for a while, and we're good to go here in the second inning as Jed Lowry, Brandon Moss, and Josh Donaldson to bat in the second inning. Seves with an 8-pitch 1-2-3 first, struck out 2 batters. Lowry at .361, 3 homers and 14 runs batted in. This is hit well towards left center field. Ellsbury on the run will get back there shy of the track to reel it in.
Well, we talked about the breeze last night blowing in, and as you saw in our graphic earlier, it's even stronger in the game tonight in from center field. Every ball that's been hit in that direction so far has been knocked down by the breeze.
2 in the first. Ellsbury's fly ball to left, Victorino's fly ball to left, to both knocked down, and the ball by Lowry came back. So 4 in a row retired by Seves to start his night, and here is Brandon Moss. Moss at .271, 2 homers and 14 runs batted in. Loops one to left, and this is going to fall as the shift was on for the Red Sox, and it is picked up by Nava, but first base runner of the night for the Athletics.
By accident that time, Moss goes to the opposite field. The Red Sox had the big shift on, and just a little bloop out into between Drew and Nava. Got to be careful with every ball you pick up tonight when you're throwing it, because it's going to be wet, whether it's in the infield, outfield.
Well, now 1 on. Donaldson the batter. I would imagine a little extra cautious running in the outfield also.
Yeah, as the game goes on, the wetter it gets, and of course the infield's been covered all day long, but certainly not the outfield.
Popped up, foul ground, back comes Saltalamacchia, but he won't have a play.
Everybody bundled up with the exception of Seves. Seves with the short sleeve shirt on. Actually, both pitchers in the game tonight without long sleeves. Cologne and Seves.
This is as bundled up I have seen the entire team as one.
Yes, yeah. I would agree on both sides.
19 degrees warmer here, though, than it is in Colorado, where they have had an unbelievably cold beginning to their season with lots of snow.
I heard today that they started the game, it was 23 degrees.
Yes.
23.
First they had to shovel the field first, though. And a lot of the seats and aisleways leading up 2 seats. And they got another one tonight. A little day-nighter in those conditions.
Well, from friends that I have in Colorado, they tell me that this winter, I mean, it's really been extended by the by the snow, which people like, but not the baseball fans.
Right. Not now.
Not now.
Not in mid to late April. 2-2 pitch, a check on Moss at first, who's back to the bag. Outside for ball 3. Three consecutive appearances as a starter for Seves. 3rd time in his career. 1st time since May of 2011. And three straight starts for the Red Sox. Runner goes, and Well, hit and run here, fouled off to the right, out of play. Only 10 career starts now for Alfredo Aceves. And in those starts, he is 3-1 with a 4.24 earned run average compared to a 24-12 mark and a 3.56 ERA and 176 relief appearances. And of course, last year for the Red Sox, serving as the closer for the bulk of 2013. That appeared to be a swing on a ball in the dirt. And instead, it is called ball 4, and down to first base goes Donaldson without a check, and Moss into second base.
Aceves going to the breaking ball on the 3-2 count. Let's take a look.
No,
it did hold up, Don.
Yep.
I can't give you that one.
No.
There's a few gimmies that I can give you, but I can't give you that one.
That wasn't even really close.
No.
So first walk given up by Aceves. And it brings up Josh Reddick. Slow start to his season after a great year last year. Primarily hitting in the 3 spot last year for the A's, and it's been dropped down to 7 here, hitting at 140 on the year. That's in there for a strike. This may be a night where that strike zone may be a little bigger than usual.
Well, it's certainly not a night that players want to be hanging around, that's for sure.
Well, bounce in, blocked by Saltalamacchia. And the count evens at 1-1. White Sox and Indians were postponed tonight. Strike 2, 1-2 to Josh Reddick. Reddick 5 for his last 33 over the last 9 games. Missed 3 games with a sprained right wrist. It's a fly ball to center field as Jacoby Ellsbury now comes in. Wynn pushes it back, and Jacoby makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Scoop, scoop, scoop for the home team with delicious Hood Red Sox ice cream. Get your favorites in the freezer aisle today. Always good, always Hood.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I don't care what kind of night it is. It's always a good night for ice cream.
Scoop, scoop, scoop.
Trips on the scoop. Did you have 3 scoops tonight?
No, I did not. I had no scoops tonight.
No
actually.
ice cream?
No, not tonight. It's too cold for me tonight. I couldn't do it. I'll be back at it tomorrow, though, I promise. 2 on, 2 down, and Chris Young, the batter. He is the left fielder for the Oakland A's, sitting at 159. 6 for his last 50 over the last 12 games. 0 for 3 in last night's game. Lowry flied out to center. Brandon Moss singled a walk for Josh Donaldson. Josh Reddick flies out, so 2 on, 2 down as the A's threaten here in the second inning. Tonight, when the Red Sox will not have the availability most likely of their closer tonight, Andrew Bailey. for the game. John Farrell saying that most likely Koji Uehara could be used in that situation should the Red Sox be in that spot. Of course, Andrew Bailey has been used in 3 straight days. The Young will take the strike, and it's 2-1. This one is blooped out towards right center field, but out goes Pedroia. He will make the catch as he ducks back to the short lawn and right. The A's strand a pair. No score in this one. As we head to the bottom of the second inning back at Fenway Park, and Daniel Nava will lead it off. Will Middlebrooks and Jared Saltalamacchia. Bartolo Colon throwing 13 first inning pitches. And first pitch to Nava will miss for ball 1. Didn't miss by much. Nava hitting at .320, 4 homers and 14 runs batted in. Nava hitting at .293 against right-handed pitching, .444 against lefties, including a home run. And he shoots one foul off to the left, 1-2. Fly ball to center field. Coco Crisp goes back. Now coming in to make the catch on Daniel Nava for the first out of the second inning. Well, Nessa Daily brings you everything you need to know about a full day in Boston sports. Tonight's following our Red Sox coverage. Adam Pellerin and Leah Hextall will give you highlights from our Sox game, as well as the Bruins and Flyers, plus Celtics and next game 2 highlights. And NFL Draft Talk with Pat's safety, Devin McCourty. All that tonight on Nesson Daily. Run out of the second inning, Will Middlebrooks. 181, 5 homers and 10 runs batted in. And a home run in last night's game, his team leading 5th home run of the year. Go-ahead 3-run shot in the 4th inning.
So far, every single pitch from Cologne has been a fastball.
16 of 19 have been strikes. I think it's 17 out of 20.
I'd imagine the game plan is throw fastballs and let them hit it to center field, right?
Yeah.
Fly balls to center field.
The wind is going to knock it down unless it's an absolute blast to center field. And a swing and a miss here at 93. That pitch was up, and his second strikeout, 2 down.
Now Cologne climbing the ladder against Will Middlebrooks here as he throws this pitch up and to the top of the strike zone away from Middlebrooks. The pitch zone on Essen is brought to you by Amica. Amica Insurance. Great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance.
2 down in the 2nd inning for Jared Saltalamacchia. Trying to bunt one.
Well, we got the big shift on and trying to go down that third base line with a bunt. Problem was the ball was inside and makes it a little bit tougher to get the proper angle on the bat to get it down that third base line.
Down 0-2. 7 of the 11 hits this season Saltalamacchia has had have been for extra bases. He's got 4 doubles, 3 home runs. 2 for 13 on the homestand for Saltalamacchia. And a swing and a miss here as Cologne picks up his 3rd strikeout, back-to-back Ks. To end the 2nd, we play 2 without a score. Porter volunteers. Go to Advil.com to find out about the Advil Relief in Action campaign. Well, a cold, rainy night at Fenway Park, and as always, a thank you to the Boston Police, as we have seen many of the same signs here during the entire homestand as the Red Sox and Oakland A's play into the 3rd inning. Eric Sogard takes a pitch down and in. Sogard at 275, no home runs, 2 runs batted in. Came in as a pinch hitter in last night's game. Tonight gets a start at second base. Oakland had runners at first and second with one out in the second inning, but Severs got Reddick to fly out to center, Young to pop out to second base. That's not close. 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk to begin the inning. Second walk given up by Aceves. Well, with more on Alfredo Aceves, Jenny, there's a lot of things we didn't know about Alfredo Aceves.
Don, there are so many things. We'd like to share some of them. So, Alfredo Aceves' favorite hobby is cooking, his favorite movie, Forrest Gump, and his idol, Superman, of course. Now, we'd like to get our fans at home to learn these Red Sox players a little bit better, so they can go to NESN.com/team to learn more about all of them. What else do you guys have on Alfredo?
Well, I got his favorite music style. He likes rock. His favorite vacation spot is the Yucatan in Mexico. And he likes, his favorite food is pizza. There's a bunt bid, and it is fouled off by Coco Crisp.
Now, you and Alfredo have something in common.
Yes.
You both like pizza.
Yes, we do. And cooking.
True.
Alfredo and I have a lot in common.
That's right. You are an
out.
excellent chef, and I have never had a meal presented to me by Alfredo, but I imagine he's a very good cook.
Now, Don, what's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear? That's a great question. I'm afraid of everything. So I would say snakes.
What about Alfredo's?
That I don't know. I didn't have that. Throw to first, and back is Sogard. What are you afraid of?
Who, me?
Yeah. No. Somebody else who's doing the game with me. Barry Wallagunda, our stage manager. This is outside for a ball, 1-1.
Actually, I'm afraid of cancer.
Oh, well, I would see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of Bigfoot, too. I don't.
Are you? Really?
Yeah. One to Crisp is a swing and a miss. Well, Aceves able to strike out Crisp in the first inning. One of two strikeouts so far tonight for Alfredo. One-two is into center field. A base hit for Crisp as touching second and staying there is Eric Sogard on the base hit to center for Crisp. The second hit of the night for the A's.
Now walk, base hit to lead off the third inning for the Athletics as Coco gets a fastball from Aceves and takes it up the middle for the base hit. Let's see how the A's play this early in the ball game in these conditions. Do they sacrifice here with Jaso and try to get two men in the scoring position, or try to have the big inning and let him swing away?
So 2 on, nobody out. See what Jaso does here. He lined out to first base in the first inning. Play made by Mike Napoli. There's a strike over the inside corner. Breaking ball from Aceves. The Red Sox second in the American League in earned run average coming into tonight's action. They had fallen behind Texas. The Rangers with a 2.86 earned run average to set the pace in the AL. That is just off the outside edge and barely. Hunter Wintelstead has the plate tonight, calling the balls and strikes. Jaso, the former Tampa Bay Rays catcher. Jaso has struggled at the plate. He's 0 for his last 14. And 4 at-bats shy of his longest hitless streak of his career. 3 for his last 28 over the last 9 games. Late swing, and he fouls it back. 2-2.
Yeah, he hit a ball hard back in the first inning, a line drive, but right at Mike Napoli. And it seems like when you're in slumps like that, those are the kind of things that happen to you.
I think that's Mike Napoli.
That's part of him, yep.
Full count now. Leadoff walk for Sogard. Single for Chris. First and second, nobody out. And a 3-2 pitch coming to Jaso with Seth Smith waiting on deck. Jaso rolls it over foul. In the dirt, ball 4, and down to first base goes John Jaso. So the second walk of the inning given up by Aceves, and all of a sudden now you get the bases loaded with nobody out.
Yeah, Aceves trying to go with the curveball that time on the 3-2 count and bouncing it. And the Athletics now with a great opportunity here early in the ball game. There's a 3-2 curveball from Aceves, hits the plate.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Seth Smith, a 388 average coming in. Struck out in the first. It drops down to 380, but still off to a good start. Just off the outside edge, 2-0.
That's a couple of changeups that have been very close, but have not gone Aceves' way. Tries that changeup to the outside corner, but not called a strike. And great opportunity here for Smith on a 2-0 count with the bases loaded.
Outside, ball 3. Aceves having trouble throwing strikes right now. One for 3 this season is Seth Smith, 353 in his career. And he takes the strike, and it's 3-1. Sogard at third, Crisp at second, Jaso at first, and nobody out in the Oakland third inning. This one fouled back as Aceves tries to battle his way back. Got himself into this mess now, trying to get out of it. Jed Lowry on deck, dealing with the 3-4 hitters with the bases loaded, nobody out. Smith will foul it back.
There's another 2-strike changeup by Aceves, and that time foul back by Smith. I think he's thrown 3 2-strike changeups in this inning. It's kind of a gutsy pitch with the bases loaded.
Walk, and down to first base goes Seth Smith. It's the 4th walk given up by Aceves, and a run scores. Oakland A's take a 1-0 advantage.
That's going to bring Juan Nieves out of the Red Sox dugout. They're trying to get Aceves calmed back down. Went back to the fastball, missing upstairs.
We'll get set for every Red Sox game on NESN with Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. NESN's pregame coverage of the Sox begins an hour before every game. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union, banking the DCU way. So bases loaded and nobody out. The driving light rain continues here at Fenway Park. And Jed Lowry coming up with the A's on top now 1-0. Aceves has walked 4 batters. On the other side, Bartolo Colon has thrown 3 balls of his 24 pitches that he's thrown through the first 2. Lowry fouling it off to the left.
Well, certainly a different approaches so far. Aceves using all of his pitches, where Colon basically just going with a fastball.
Lowry fouls off another, down 0-2.
I think it's raining hotter right now than we've seen it all day long with that wind blowing in.
Strike 3 call. Lowry didn't like it, but he'll take with him the 3rd strikeout for Aceves of the night. Alfredo needed that.
It took a while to make the call, but I believe this ball does hit the bottom of the strike zone. Yes, with a little room to spare, but Lowry did not like it. He thought it was too low.
So bases loaded and 1 out. Brandon Moss, the batter, he singled in the 2nd inning. Well, thanks to our crew out there tonight as well. This is not an enjoyable night to be out there doing what they do best in all the game. Our great cameramen and in the elements in the beginning of the year, no doubt, and the end as well. 1-0 is into center field. It's a base hit for Brandon Moss. From third base comes Chris. Chaso will score behind him, and the Oakland A's take a 3-0 lead. Brandon Moss driving in a pair with his 2nd hit.
Now, Moss has never made an out against Alfredo Aceves. He's now 4 for 4 in his career. A cut fastball that time, and he takes it right back up the middle for the base hit to drive into his 15th and 16th RBIs of the season.
Still 1 out in the inning. 1st and 2nd now, 3 runs in, and Josh Donaldson the batter. Well, John Farrell's been looking for a spot to get Steven Wright into a game, and tonight may be that night. The Red Sox may need to go longer from somebody in the bullpen. Time called and a balk charged. Everybody's going to move up.
I think a start up and a stop by Aceves. Take one more look. Does he start and stop? Yes, that left glove started to come up. He stopped it, then brought it up again. Has to be one continuous motion.
Fourth walk of his career. He had one last year. He gets a strike in there to Josh Donaldson. Infield in now all the way around for the Red Sox with one out in the inning. 30th pitch of the inning for Alfredo Aceves. And a liner to center right at Ellsbury. He'll make the catch. Tagging at third is Smith. He will score the fourth Oakland A's run. And a 4-run top of the third inning so far for the Athletics. To support the victims and families of the Boston Marathon tragedy, CVS Pharmacy customers can make a donation to the One Fund at locations across Greater Boston through May the 4th. And then for strike one to Josh Reddick. Reddick fly to center field in the second inning. Quickly down 0-2. Reddick didn't like it. He's the 8th batter that Aceves has faced here in the third inning. Diving at first base is Napoli. He'll flip to Aceves. It's going to be close and not in time. Now Aceves fires home and throws it away. As scoring from second base is Brandon Moss. Now heading to second base is Reddick. He will get there safely. So Aceves late to cover at first base, then throws it away, not helping out his own cause. And the Oakland A's take a 5-0 lead.
And when you get that throw at first base, you're supposed to immediately check that runner. Once the call is made, there's Aceves asking for the baseball. It's not in time. He sees the safe sign, spins. Saltalamacchia trying to be quick with the catch and tag. Does not catch the ball, and another runner moves in a scoring position. So a very ugly inning here for the Red Sox.
So a single, an RBI on the play, and an error charged on the throw that allows Reddick to take second base, and the Oakland A's out to a 5-0 lead. Now here's Chris Young as they bat around, and he takes ball one. The swing and a foul. Still no action in the Red Sox pen. On the outside corner, strike two.
That is a little surprising. I thought we might see Stephen Wright start to loosen up here early in the ball game, but that is not yet the case.
Walks have really been costly in this inning for Aceves. He's walked 3 in the inning, and
another balk.
Another balk. 2 in an inning.
Same thing. Glove comes up. Hard to see from that angle there, but from a different angle, you can see the glove start and then stop.
Two and two. Chopped to third. Middlebrooks off to his left has got it. The throw is going to be low and dropped by Napoli. Run will score. As Reddick comes in and the A's get their 6th run. So the ugliness continuing here defensively for the Red Sox in the inning.
And what I talked about earlier, Don, picking up wet baseballs in the infield, and it's going to be a problem. This time Middlebrooks going to his left. The ball's not going to make it to first base. It skips. Napoli cannot come up with it, and another run comes in.
Third charge to Middlebrooks. Six nothing A's on top. Sogard takes strike one. And there is Stephen Wright, just started to warm up in the Red Sox pen. He'll be the long guy right now for John Farrell, who looks like he needs one at the moment. '40th pitch of the inning coming up for Alfredo Aceves. This one fouled off Saltalamacchia's mask. He's had a few of those lately. Tenth member of the A's to bat in the inning. 6 have scored. As I mentioned, Colon throwing just 3 balls of the 24 pitches he has thrown in the game. Aceves with 27 balls of the now 67 pitches he's thrown in this game. And they're on the phone. This one back at Alfredo. He will toss to first for the out. That ends the inning. But what an inning it was for the A's. Tough inning for the Red Sox. Six nothing. The Oakland A's on top of the Red Sox as they score 6 times And the top half of the third inning, Red Sox go to work here in the bottom of the third. 9-1 for Boston in the inning. Johnny Gomes, a former Oakland A, leading it off. Long wait for it. Colon has got a big lead now to work with. And the pitch in there for strike one. The key matchup is brought to you by Acura. Gomes against Colon at .385. 2 home runs and a walk. Alfredo Aceves throwing 42 pitches in that inning. Up to 68 pitches so far in his outing.
Don, Johnny Gomes and his wife Christy welcomed in their third child yesterday. Little girl named Capri, born at 8:35 in the morning at Mass General Hospital.
Yeah, congratulations to Johnny Gomes and the Gomes family. Two and two to Gomes. Last year, one of the clubhouse leaders of the Oakland A's got to the postseason. Surprising most as the AL West champions last year. Incredible run at the end to get in. 2-2 is lined to short and caught by Lowry for the first out of the third inning.
Now Johnny Gomes has had a lot of success in his career against Cologne. .385 coming into the game and a line shot. But right at Jed Lowry, the shortstop, for the first out here in the third.
One out for Stephen Drew. Four for 33 in a Red Sox uniform is Stephen Drew. As he takes ball one. Cologne's retired 5 in a row. Another fastball at 93, and that misses. 2-1. There's a strike. 2-2. Colon ranking 4th among active pitchers in complete games. He's thrown 32 in his career. He is the 7th active leader in wins right now at 173. Fly ball to center field as Coco Crisp heads in and over, and more in to make the catch for the second out of the inning as Stephen Drew is retired. Right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games. Visit Ace Ticket for great seats at the lowest prices. Ace Ticket also has your seats for all of this summer's hottest concerts. Visit Ace Ticket or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. 2 down here in the third inning as Jacoby Ellsbury is coming up. Ellsbury, who has a 12-game hitting streak coming into tonight's action, flied out to left field in the first inning. In there for a strike. 1-1.
Colon still has thrown nothing but fastballs in this game.
How about another? In there for strike 2. One-two pitch, and a swing and a miss changes up this time, and it works as it's the 4th strikeout for Cologne. 6-0 A's. We head to the top half of the 4th inning. The game gets boring. You can always knit while you're here at Fenway, Jerry.
I wonder what she's making.
It's probably a sweater to warm up.
To warm up before the night's over, right?
It's Coco Crisp leading it off here for the A's. 10 A's batted in the 3rd inning, and 6 of them scored. Sevis back out there. Pitch number 70 is coming up. And it's chopped back up over his glove, but Pedroia at second base has got it. Throw is high, but Napoli will not get the tag on him on the way by. He thought he got him, and this will bring John Farrell out. Throw was off the mark, came off the bag, but he thought he got a piece of Crisp on the way by. And to Jerry Lane's credit, he's going to check with Hunter Windelstead, the home plate umpire. We'll see if they reverse this. And he is out, so they get it right. Well, credit Jerry Lane, who is the crew chief, and could have said, hey, I'm not going to check. He checks, and he is out. And Bob Melvin comes out now to argue.
Well, you don't see that very often, do you? Where the first base umpire, and there's the tag. You can clearly see the tag on Coco Crisp, but where the umpire immediately goes and asks for help from the home plate umpire on a tag play at first base.
Especially when he's the first base umpire and the home plate umpire is far away.
Yeah, but he actually, in that particular case, had a better look at it.
Down the line.
Melvin's trying to say, how can you see it from way down there? And actually, he did have a better look at it than the first base umpire. It appears the tag's going to be on the back. Just before Chris gets to first base.
So Coco retired, and here is John Jaso, who has lined out to first, walked and scored. Two and 0. This is for ball 3, 3-0. Not missing by a lot. There's a strike, 3-1. Line to left, and this is going to get down, and that goes Nava, gets to the track and the wall as Jaso heads for second base, and he'll get there with a one-out double. And the 5th hit of the night for the Oakland A's. NESN's coverage of Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. You put your family first, your job first, even your team first. Isn't it time someone put you first? Eastern Bank does just that with products like Eastern Free Checking. Here, you're first. Eastern Bank. Windy, rainy, cold night here tonight at Fenway Park. 1 out, 1 on, and Seth Smith, the batter here for the Athletics. Smith will drive this towards deep right center field on a line back towards the pen, and that ball is gone. They got out of here in a hurry for Seth Smith, his 2nd home run of the year. Absolutely lined out of Fenway Park, and it's 8-0. The A's have the lead.
Well, Smith picks up number 2 on the season. He has walked in this game to bring in a run. Now the 2-run home run, 3 RBI night so far for Seth Smith. And conditions are not bothering the Athletics at this point.
This equals a career high of runs allowed by Alfredo Aceves. Eight nothing, Oakland on top. Stephen Wright back up again in the Boston pen. Now Jed Lowry, who has flied to center and struck out as he takes a pitch for a strike over the inside corner. Seth Smith getting a hold of that one. Well, this outing tonight started very well for Alfredo. He had a 1-2-3 first inning with 2 strikeouts through just 8 pitches to 3 batters, and then things changed since then. Got out of a jam in the 2nd inning, the 6th inning, or the 6-run 3rd inning. Now so far 2 runs in the 4th.
And changed very quickly in that 3rd inning too, Don. A couple of balks in that inning to go along with the walks and the hits.
Walks, balks, and runs. 1-2 pitch. On the ground up the middle, and this will find its way into center field. Jed Lowry with his first hit of the night. Let's send it down to Jenny Dell.
Well, Don, the Red Sox have yet to lose 3 consecutive games this season, so it's our AT&T Twitter question of the night. What do you, the fans, feel are the most important ingredients that can help keep the team from any prolonged winless streak? Send us your tweets at the hashtag #HereWeGoSox, and we'll reveal the best ones later in the game.
All right, Jen, that's going to do it for Alfredo Aceves as John Farrell now to make the change. We'll see the major league debut for Stephen Wright as Aceves gives up 8 runs, still responsible for Jed Lowry at first base as he hands the baseball off. Stephen Wright coming in. 8-0 Oakland on top. Sox one out in the top half of the fourth inning. That's tonight for Alfredo Aceves, still responsible for Jed Lowry at first base. This call to the bullpen brought to you on NESN by your New England Ford dealers. And the Major League debut for Stephen Wright, called by Boston on the 16th of April from the Pawtucket Red Sox. And in 2 appearances with Pawtucket, 1-0 with a 2.70 earned run average, worked in 10 innings. And opponent sitting at 167 against Stephen Wright. Well, as we saw for a number of years with Tim Wakefield here in Boston with the Red Sox, a larger glove used for the knuckleball, and he brought it in for Jared Saltalamacchia from the pen. Brandon Moss stands in on the left side. And a pitch up high to Moss, who has 2 hits, driven in 2 runs. I think this is the hardest it's been raining all night.
Yeah, it seems to have picked up quite a bit here over the last 10 minutes.
Down the left field line, struck well towards the corner, and that ball is going to be foul.
Well, you see the knuckleball from Wright, and he throws it with more velocity than what Tim Wakefield did. The Wake, it was, what, probably mid-60s with his knuckleball?
62, 63.
And you'll see it over 70 miles an hour from Wright. This ball slicing down that left field line into foul territory.
We saw Ray Dickey throw it a little bit harder, too.
Yes.
The Toronto Blue Jays. National League reigning Cy Young Award winner. This one fouled off to the left, out of play. Last year, Stephen Wright led all of Double-A pitchers in opponent batting average. Opponents hit it just 208 against him. Finished second in ERA. This ground ball to second base, to second for 1, on to first, a double play. That will end the inning, but 2 runs for Oakland here in the top of the 4th, and the A's lead at 8-0. Next time you grab coffee at your local Dunkin' Donuts, please donate $1 to the One Fund Boston. 100% of the donations will help support those most affected by the Boston Marathon tragedy. To learn more, please visit www.onefundboston.org. 8-0 the score as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It has been all Oakland in this game, and 2, 3, and 4 for the Red Sox here in the 4th inning. Shane Victorino takes a pitch up high for ball 1. Victorino flying out to left field in the 1st inning. Red Sox have only been able to compile 1 hit against Bartolo Colon. This is off the line to second base and picked by Sogard to his left. NESN's coverage of Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. You always put others first. Wouldn't it be nice if your bank did the same thing? With products that make life easier and a commitment to helping those in need. Here, you're first, Eastern Bank. 1 down in the 4th inning, and Dustin Pedroia, the batter, has got the lone Red Sox hit today. It was a chopper that Colon had to come off the mound for off the third base side of the hill, and it took forever to come down. And by the time it did, Colon could not get it to first base in time, and Pedroia would reach. That's been it. This was it, the only hit for the Red Sox of the night. Down and away, 1-2. Pedroia will hit a one-hopper to second base. Sogard goes to first, and there are 2 outs here in the 4th inning.
.44 pitches total in the game for Bartolo Colon. 43 fastballs, 1 changeup.
Two down, Mike Napoli, the batter. He struck out swinging in the 1st inning. 1 of 4 strikeouts for Bartolo Colon. Outside, 2-1. Colon coming into tonight's action 2-0. The 3.32 earned run average, and better that record to 3-0. He's got himself an 8-0 lead. And a hard hit ball on the ground to short. Jed Lowry's got it. His throw, he's going to be in plenty of time to retire Napoli. And the Red Sox are down in order in the 4th inning. It's off to the 5th. 8-0 is. Athletics across the globe is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation. A miserable night here at Fenway Park. Rainy, cold, and chilly. It's not been much fun for the Red Sox either. They trail 8-0 as we head to the 5th inning. This little guy's still having a good time.
He doesn't care what the weather is.
No.
Just get me out to the ballpark.
He's got all of his gear on, too.
He sure does.
Josh Donaldson leading it off here for the A's. He's walked and hit a sacrifice fly. Stephen Wright making his major league debut, able to get a double play grounded into by Brandon Moss to end the 4th inning. Back out there to start the 5th, and he may be out there a while as this one is grounded down the third baseline. Middlebrooks in the backhand, no throw, and an infield hit for Donaldson.
Get to a point where you know it's going to be close at first base, probably not going to get him, and you don't want to throw the baseball because you're probably going to throw it away. See Middlebrooks picking that up. He knows he really doesn't have a chance, so why even throw it over there and take the chance of throwing it down the line?
Now Josh Reddick will take a pitch high for ball 1. It'll be called a strike, and it's 1-1. Reddick, who singled his last time up to drive in a run. 1 for 2 so far to the number 7 spot in the A's order. And a swing and a miss, 1-2. That knuckleball at 79 miles an hour. That is strike 3. First strikeouts in the major leagues for Stephen Wright, and he will keep that baseball. Saltalamacchia will send it to the Red Sox dugout. His first strikeout.
Yep, souvenir on the knuckleball right there, top of the strike zone. Reddick didn't like it, but Wright picks up his first major league strikeout. Amica Insurance is the proud sponsor of the Amica Pitch Zone.
One out, one on, and Chris Young, the batter. On 0 for 2 tonight, popped out to second, reached on an error. Born in Torrance, California, Stephen Wright resides in Moreno Valley, California. Came over from the Cleveland Indians for Lars Anderson. Trade deadline of last year. His pitch in there for a strike, 2-1. It's his major league debut with the Red Sox here tonight. Second round pick of the Indians in 06. This one fouled off to the right, out of play.
Now let's see what happens to the baseball. Stephen Wright wants to throw it back in the dugout. He throws the Saltalamacchia. Underhand to the bat boy. He's going to give it away.
Give it away.
Got to get that back. Somebody call this gentleman if you know him and tell him he's got to give that baseball back. The Red Sox would be happy to give him maybe 2 baseballs instead.
2 pitches in the dirt. That's ball 4. Chris Young headed down to first base. 2 on here for the A's.
Actually, I'll send him a couple of hot dogs to give the baseball back.
It's a great idea. So 2 on, 1 away, and Eric Sogard coming up.
It's not his fault. He doesn't even know, really, right?
He's getting a call right now. Two on, one out. Sogard will take a pitch up high for ball one.
See what transpires on that phone call, unless they've corrected the problem already.
Okay, he's the Major League Baseball authenticator.
Oh,
That's
he
why
is?
he has the ball. Yeah, I don't think he wants your hot dog.
Oh, really?
No. He's an official.
Since when do they throw baseballs to the official?
That's the first. I have not seen that.
I have not seen that either.
I have seen the little stickers that authenticate stuff.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yes, that has become a new thing.
Yes.
But I have not seen it go anywhere other than the dugout before.
Well, that's our bad. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ball four. Down to first base goes Sogard. Back-to-back walks allowed by Wright.
Well, we should send him hot dogs anyway for accusing of stealing the baseball.
So bases loaded and one out, and Coco Crisp, the batter. Oakland looking to add on to what already is an 8-0 advantage. In there for strike one. I know what he feels like. I've been accused of being a thief by you before, too.
I think we've proven that, Don.
You never got me anything, though.
This was a misunderstanding.
Swing and a miss for Crisp. Took a pretty good hack there. 0-2.
Well, prior to the game today, you were talking about the terrific sandwich you had today at lunch with the stolen mustard.
That's great. Really good. Crisp will take a ball inside. 1-2. Two down the left field line, and this is going to be trouble as it gets in. Over to the corner to play it is Nava, but scoring is Donaldson. Reddick behind him. Two more runs in for the A's, who up their lead to 10-0. A two-run double for Coco Crisp, his second hit of the game.
Well, Crisp going right down that left field line. The ball slicing away, as you can see. And it gets by Daniel Nava. Two runs easily score, and Gallego holds up that runner at third base.
Second and third, and a pitch in there for a strike to John Jaso. One pitch will miss, and it's 1-1. In there for strike two. 1-2. Jaso has lined out to first, walked and doubled. He has scored twice in the game.
No, I should have known better anyway, because the Red Sox bat boy would not have made that mistake.
Right.
No question about
Jared
that.
Jankos, no chance.
No way he would made that mistake.
Line to right field and in for a base hit for Jaso. From third comes Sogard. Here comes Crisp in behind him. Make it 12-0 Oakland. As they have scored now 4 more times here in the 5th inning.
Well, Jaso came into this game 0 for 14. Has a couple of hits, 2 for 3 in the ball game, and even the out that he made was a line drive out to first base. So he has broken out of his slump in a big way here tonight against the Red Sox.
Here is Seth Smith. And that one rolled over foul. Well, the Oakland A's coming into this series first in runs, and we're getting to see a little bit as to why, as they are putting up the runs tonight, 12 of them. This will glance off the glove of Saltalamacchia, and up to second base goes Jaso. There's a pass ball charged to Saltalamacchia. On the ground, nice pick by Rice. He picked that out of nowhere. Now is the runner between second and third. Jaso being run back and tagged out. Winterberg supplying the tag for the out. And there are two down in the inning. Smith reaches at first base.
Nice heads up play by Wright as he spins around, catches that runner trying to go between second and third. They get Jason in the rundown and finally tagged out for the second out of the inning.
Eighth batter of this fifth inning for the A's is Jed Lowry. And Lowry will take ball one. That scoots away from Saltalamacchia, but no advance for Smith at first base. Up and away, 2-0. That's a strike over the inside corner. Alfredo Aceves tonight went 3 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. He walked 4 and struck out 3. On the hook, coming in at 1-0. 2-1 is hit in the air to right center field. Ellsbury over to right center, and he calls off Victorino to make the catch. That ends the inning, but the Oakland A's add 4 more and take a 12-0 lead halfway through this one. Sox as they work on the mound and home plate area in between the bases here. Rain continuing to fall as they play into the bottom of the 5th inning at Fenway Park. Well, the hot dogs have been delivered, Jerry.
Well, that's good. I mean, not his fault. He's an official guy. I mean, he's official. I didn't know that. I had no idea that they have an official guy now that authenticates all of those milestones.
Well, it's great now that it is authenticated, because prior to this, you could have anything and say this was the first ball.
That's true.
I mean, you could really, see your word against anybody else's.
Right. You could like get a base. You could say you had a base hit in the big leagues
in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Pitches. It's 2-0. Who's leading it off is Daniel Nava. I have it at home. You'd like to see it? I'll bring it in.
Yeah, bring it in tomorrow.
Yeah. All-Star game in Anaheim. Pitch in there for a strike. 2-1.
That year you hit 260?
Yes. Played every day for somebody. I was unable to get my first home run ball back, though. Couldn't do it. I couldn't.
That was a blast.
Yes. Landed somewhere in the Mass Pike. I think that way.
And when it does that, you don't get them back. They just keep rolling. Then sometimes, like after the winter, after all the plowing and all that, they find a baseball, but they have no idea where that came from.
Some dog was probably running around with it. Well, Bartolo Colon trying to get through this 5th inning. He's not had a problem getting through any inning so far tonight. He's given up just 1 hit through the first 4. He's retired 10 batters in a row, and you can make it 11. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Will Middlebrooks coming up. Middlebrooks struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. 4 strikeouts on the night for Colon. Colon, who has thrown 71% strikes in this game. In there for strike 1.
I think we found your home run ball, Don.
Oh, okay, great. The 0-2. Middlebrooks will lift it to shallow right. Reddick coming in, and he will get there. Good running catch for the 2nd out of the 5th inning. Aha!
There it is.
I knew it.
I can give it to the guy downstairs
to get it authenticated.
Get it authenticated, exactly. That was actually the pregame ceremony tonight here at Fenway Park.
2 outs in the 5th as Jared Saltalamacchia bats, who struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. There's strike 1. To center field and in for a base hit for Saltalamacchia. Just the 2nd Red Sox hit of the night and the first since the 1st inning.
Now Saltalamacchia gets a fastball down in the strike zone. A good low ball hitter and lines it into center field for the base hit. Colon again with that fastball. Of all the pitches in the game tonight, 1 pitch other than a fastball, it was a changeup. 1 pitch, a changeup.
And that brings up string of 12 in a row retired by Colon. That single by Saltalamacchia, and here's Johnny Gomes. Gomes lined out to shortstop in the 3rd inning. Take strike one. This one fouled off in on the hands that time. Your Eastern Mass Lexus Steelers bring you the pitching line for Bartolo Colon. 4 2/3, just the 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 62 pitches so far for Colon. Came in at 2-0 with a 3.32 earned run average. Plenty of run support tonight. Inside, sends Gomes spinning back out of the way.
Has a changeup that time at 80 miles an hour. The second changeup Colon has thrown in this game.
Lined into right field, a base hit. Up to second base goes Saltalamacchia. He'll stop there, and it's back-to-back base hits here for the Red Sox in the 5th.
Second time tonight that Gomes has hit the ball hard. First time a line shot at shortstop. This time he finds that gap between first and second. So with 2 outs, Red Sox with a couple of base runners here in the 5th inning.
Here's Stephen Drew, flied out to center field in the 3rd inning, 0 for 1. In the air to shallow left. Lowry, the shortstop, is out. In comes Young, and it's going to be Lowry who makes the catch that ends the inning. Colon's through 5, and the Red Sox trail 12-0. The Red Sox grounds crew here in between innings as they worked on the mound and the home plate area, but not decided to cover the field. To continue to play here in the rain as we send it down to Jenny Dell in the rain.
Don, lucky for me, I'm out of the rain a little bit up here in the Neston suite, but 47 brand, the hat that I'm wearing right now, you can get one for yourself. They're only $20, and 100% of all the proceeds are going to the One Fund Boston. You can get one at theYawkeyWayStore.com. They're available right now. And also the Red Sox jerseys that they wore on Saturday and Sunday here that said Boston across the chest, those are now for sale as well at redsox.com/bestrong. You can get one of those jerseys. They're autographed by the players.
All right, thank you very much, Jenny.
And just to add to what Jenny had to say, those jerseys are going for big bucks. I got information on that this afternoon that they're pretty popular, very popular.
And Brandon Moss leading it off here for the A's in the 6th inning. Moss swings and fouls it back. It was the first batter that Stephen Wright faced coming into the game, and he grounded into a double play to end the 4th inning. It's a second look at the knuckleballer here in the 6th inning. Down and in. Oakland scoring 6 times in the 3rd inning, twice in the 4th, 4 times in the 5th. In there for a strike and a full count now. Frederick Severs 3 1/3 tonight, gave up 8 of the 12 runs the A's have. Wright has allowed 4 since coming in. And a foul down the left field line, out of play. Josh Donaldson, then Josh Reddick expected to bat here in the 6th inning. Oh, 2. That is down low for ball 4. That'll get away to the backstop, and down to first base goes Brandon Moss. Leadoff walk to begin things here in the 6th inning. That is the 3rd walk given up by Wright since coming into the game. Josh Donaldson coming up. Walked in the 2nd, and a sac fly in the 3rd, and then singled and knocked in a run in the 5th inning. Three and 0. That's a strike, as Donaldson thought he had ball 4, but it is now 3 and 1. We'll see where this ended up. Right at the bottom of the strike zone. On the ground, foul, full count now.
Well, on nights like this, Don, I mean, the one good thing is you increase chances of getting a foul ball, right?
You have a very good opportunity.
I mean, your odds are much better.
Runs inside, ball 4, and the first 2 batters have walked here in the 6th. It's a little guy who we saw earlier ended up getting a baseball.
Yeah, good for him. I hope this is not his first game, because I don't think it is. But if it is, when Daddy wants to bring him again, he's going to say, you know, I don't think I liked it that much. It was kind of cold and rainy, but I did get a baseball.
He looks like the type of kid that's going to be here a few times.
Yeah, he does.
He's going to be back a lot.
He's great. He's got all the stuff on, the shirt, the helmet.
He's even got the fighting necklace on, I think, if I'm looking at him right. They are calling for the grounds crew now as things have gotten a little slippery out there on the mound and in a couple different places. I want to remind you to stay with Nesson after the game for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Tom Caron will anchor Nesson's breakdown of game highlights, interviews, and John Farrell's post-game press conference. WB Mason Extra Innings Live. You can't go wrong when you buy right. WB Mason. Well, so far they've been breaking down a lot of Oakland A's highlights based on what's happened here so far tonight.
Now, this is by no means been a good night for the Red Sox. Right from the beginning, from the third inning on. And if this game continues to go 9 innings, we're going to see an awful lot of this the rest of the way, as the rain has picked up here at Fenway Park. And this has been going on between innings just about every half inning during this game. The first time they've had to stop in between innings to fix the mound.
Well, this game summary is brought to you by Xfinity from Comcast. You know, Bartolo Colon very good tonight, giving him 3 hits in 5 innings. Seth Smith has his second home run of the year, and Coco Crisp from the top spot in the order, 2 for 4, all part of a 12-run 10-hit attack for the A's. For the Red Sox, not so good. Alfredo Aceves last just 3 1/3, gives up 8 runs, 7 earned. And tonight's major league debut for Stephen Wright. So far, he has been touched for 4 runs. He has walked the first 2 batters that he's faced here in the 6th inning as they work on the mound area for him, and now in the infield as well, as water is starting to mount here. It's been raining the entire game.
That's a good shot right there, right in front of the field with the baseball in his hand. What's he got on the back? Jacoby Ellsbury?
He does. A longer conversation taking place here between Wright and the umpires as they continue to talk about the situation.
Umpire probably telling him, look, if this gets slippery at all, you let me know and we'll get it fixed. We'll do something about it, but don't take any chances. Make sure it's right.
Stephen Wright.
It is right, but I mean, make sure the mound is right.
Stephen Wright. So first and second with nobody out. And Josh Reddick coming up here for the A's. Reddick with a single back in the 3rd inning to drive in a run. That was part of the 6-run 3rd inning. And there's strike 1 from Wright. Lines this towards the gap in left center field. It'll get down and head to the track on the wall. Brandon Moss coming around from second base as Josh Donaldson will pull it up at third. It's an RBI double for Josh Reddick, and the Oakland A's take a 13-0 lead. 5th run given up by Stephen Wright in his major league debut.
Well, Reddick with a couple of RBIs in the ball game tonight, going back in the 3rd inning, and now this gap line drive in left center field to drive in another run.
Brings up Chris Young with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out here in the 6th. Is hit in the air down the right field line, and coming over is Victorino to make the catch as Remaining at third base is Donaldson. Victorino guns it in, but there's the first out of the 6th inning. One out, second and third. Eric Sogard walked in the 3rd inning, walked in the 5th, grounded back to the mound in the 3rd inning as well as the A's batted around. A couple of the games postponed tonight. Kansas City, Detroit, they were rained out tonight. Cleveland at Chicago was rained out.
Been a lot of postponements in the month of April this year, because Denver having a lot of problems out there with their weather to play baseball games. And tough part about it with this interleague schedule that they have,
makes it very difficult to schedule the makeups. And you wonder if this will be the year that several teams do not play in a full 162 games, perhaps, the way things are set up. It's 26 degrees right now in Colorado. It's warmed up.
Well, warmed up 3 degrees since game time.
Yes. And for a strike, and striking out is Sogard. There's the second strikeout for Stephen Wright. 2 down in the inning.
Knuckleball again from Wright. And this one right down the middle of the plate. Actually not down the middle, a little bit high, but we'll take it. We'll take anything right now. Amica Insurance is the proud sponsor of the Amica Pit Zone.
Casper Wells pinch hitting here for Coco Crisp. Last season played 93 games, hitting at .228, 10 homers and 36 runs batted in. Comes off the bench here for the A's and hits a high fly ball to center field. Ellsbury heading over to get there to make the catch to end the inning. The A's add a run. They lead it 13-0.
Nothing, and not the nicest night here at Fenway Park, but many more great days and nights to come. So Sox fans, use the Scan app on your mobile device to know where the Sox will be all summer long. Scan that code that's on your TV screen right now, and it'll download the complete 2013 Red Sox schedule. NESN and NESN.com have made it easy for you to follow the Red Sox all season long.
Jenny Bartolo Colon works here into the bottom of the 6th inning. Kobe Ellsbury leading it off and taking a pitch outside. Ellsbury, Victorino, and Pedroia scheduled to bat in the inning. Ellsbury has a 12-game hitting streak coming into tonight's action, 0 for 2 so far.
Where is Jenny moved? Up to the Nesson suite? And we've got to brave the elements here while she's in the suite. This doesn't seem fair, does it?
No, it doesn't. There are changes for the A's as Chris Young moves from left to center field. Moving into the game, Casper Wells after pinch hitting for Coco Crisp. 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Ball 4 and a leadoff walk for Jacoby Ellsbury. First walk of the year allowed by Bartolo Colon. Gulf Oil is proud to be the official electricity provider of the Boston Red Sox. There's Shane Victorino coming up with Ellsbury at first base. That's the first walk given up by Colon this season. It comes to begin the 6th inning. Victorino 0 for 2. He's flied out to left and lined out to the second baseman. There's strike 1. "19 innings and 75 batters before Bartolo Colon gives up his first walk of 2013. Ground ball right side. Sogard moves to his left. He's got one play. It's at first, and he makes it for the first out of the inning as Ellsbury takes second. It's time now for a Toyota game break. Here's Tom Caron. Back at Fenway Park, where the rain has continued all night. One out here in the 6th inning with Jacoby Ellsbury at second base. Red Sox trailing in the game 13-0. Third AB of the night for Dustin Pedroia, who singled in the first, grounded out in the 4th inning. And grounds one softly towards Donaldson at third base on the run. And in time for the second out of the inning as Ellsbury takes third base. Good running play by Donaldson for the second out of the inning. And it brings up Mike Napoli. Napoli struck out in the first. He grounded out in the 4th. 0 for 2. Well, tonight's honorable moment is brought to you by Kettle One. Gentlemen, this is vodka. And the week for Mike Napoli, 8 RBIs in the last 3 games for him. And of course had the grand slam last night's game. A big game against Kansas City as well. This pitch is in there for a strike over the outside corner. It's 1-1 to Napoli. Strike 2.
Napoli not liking that last call. Thought it was high from Colon.
One, 2 is high. 2-2. Napoli and Colon teammates in 2006 and 2007 with the Angels at the time. And a fly ball into shallow center. The second baseman Sogard will put it away to end the inning. We're through 6 from Fenway. 13-0. A's on top. Red Sox as we head to the top half of the 7th inning. Mike Karp takes over in left field. Some changes for the Red Sox here, down 13-0. Pedro Siriaco into the game at second base. And moving from left field to first base is Daniel Nava. So Pedroia and Napoli coming out of this game for the Red Sox. Stephen Wright back on the mound for Boston, working here into the 7th inning. He's gone 2 2/3 innings so far of relief and has been charged with 5 runs. Alfredo Aceves started this game for the Red Sox, went 3 1/3, giving up 8 runs, 7 earned. John Jaso, Seth Smith, and Jed Lowry scheduled to bat here for the A's in the 7th inning.
Well, that's the way it's been all night long from Fenway Park. Windy, rainy, and cold.
John Jaso has been on 3 times tonight. A walk, a double, and a single. Has driven in 2 runs. And he takes strike 1. To left field, Karp on the move, and he won't get there. Drops in for a base hit. Leadoff single, 4th time tonight John Jaso's been on. Let's send it to Jenny.
Yeah, Don, we asked fans what they think is the most important ingredients that can help keep a team from any prolonged winless streaks, and here's some of our best answers brought to you by AT&T. Kel said a solid bullpen, errorless play, and positive team morale. Boston thoughts, having Lester and Buchholz perform as they've been doing thus far. And another tweet, very nice. Just remember, you have the spirit of Boston behind you. We are the spirit of America.
And all good tonight is pitch will miss for ball 1 to Seth Smith. Smith struck out in the 1st inning, walked and scored in the 3rd. Able to hit a line drive home run, a 2-run shot in the 4th inning. Pretty big swing there as it evens at 1-1. Oakland with 12 hits in the game. First 7 batters all have at least one. However, the 8 9 men who do not have hits combined, they've been on base 5 times. 4 walks and an error. So it's not like they have not contributed. 1-2 is in the air to left field. Karp on the move will get over to make the catch for the first out of the 7th inning. This has become very big.
It really has. We've seen a number of those over the last this homestand here at Fenway Park. Not sure if I like that hat better than the sheep hat. I like the sheep hat, I think. Of course, those are beautiful. If you're selling those, I think those are a wonderful hat to have, especially in this kind of weather.
Pitch in there for a strike to Jed Lowry. Lowry singled in the 4th inning, 1 for 4 in the game. Strike call, and he's down 0-2. Swing and a miss. Lowry strikes out, 2 down in the 7th inning.
If I bought you a hat like that, Don, would you wear it the rest of the game?
No.
You would not?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Just checking. Knuckleball here. As you can see, the locker rotation on the baseball for the strikeout to Jed Lowry. Because I would gladly walk down to the Twins and get one for you.
I think I'm good on the Wally hat.
You sure?
Yeah. Brandon Moss. With a swing and a miss for strike 1. Strike 2. The ace ticket pitching line for Stephen Wright. 3 1/3, 5 hits, 5 runs. Walked 4, struck out 3. Here's pitch 70. Foul back. It's still 0-2.
I'm talking about ace tickets. The 3 concerts, I believe, set up the Fenway Park this summer.
Really?
I think so. You know, Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake is 1. Jason Aldean is 2. And Paul McCartney is 3.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, 3.
In the dirt, 1-2. Up and away, 2-2. Grounded foul down towards the end of the Red Sox dugout. Next pitch will be the 8th of the at-bat. 3-2 the count to Brandon Moss. 2 outs, John Jaso at first base. Line to center, and that's going to get in for a base hit. And for Brandon Moss, his 3rd hit of the night, 4th time he has been on base. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, never forgets that before you're a patient, you're a person. Beth Israel Deaconess, human first. Learn more at bidmc.org/human first. 2 outs, 2 on, and Josh Donaldson is the batter.
Brandon Moss came into this game 0 for his last 10, but he has corrected that quickly tonight with 3 hits and a couple of RBIs on the night. Also walked.
This one is sent down the first baseline foul. Going as far as he can is Nava, that ends up in the aisle. The 1-2. Gonna miss up high. 2-2. In the air down the right field line, and that ball is foul. Full count now with 2 down and 2 on for the A's.
And braving it out tonight.
Swing and a miss, and right strikes out Josh Donaldson to end things in the top of the 7th. It's time now for NESN Daily Update. Adam Pellerin and Leah Hextall. Office coffee needs like Carrick Brewers and Green Mountain K-Cups delivered right to your office. Why do you call for the flavors you want and prices you'll savor? Who but W.B. Mason? Let's send it to Jenny.
Well, Don, fans at home are wondering if you have a unique story of why you're coming here to Fenway Park. So if you do, go to NESN.com/stories and tell us why you're coming here to Fenway Park. I will pick some of the best stories, and I will come and interview you during a select home game in the future.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. And Jerry Lane talking here to the grounds crew, and we continue to play into the bottom of the 7th inning. Daniel Nava, Will Middlebrooks, and Jared Saltalamacchia at a bat here in the inning. Bartolo Colon about to throw his 80th pitch of the night. Nava 0 for 2. He's flied to center, grounded out to second base. Moved from left field to first base last inning defensively. And a strike over the inside corner, 1-2. Red Sox have just 3 hits in the game. A single for Pedroia, single for Saltalamacchia, and a single for Gomes as Nava shoots that foul. Happy birthday in your first game.
It's one you won't forget, that's for sure.
Swing and a miss, and Nava strikes out for the first out of the 7th inning.
Well, now later on in the ball game, Colon with a couple of sliders. He got Napoli on a slider to end the 6th inning, and now gets Nava on a slider. I think I've counted 2 sliders tonight, 3 change-ups, and the rest fastballs. Not a first time. Look at the flashing lights on that.
That's a nice touch.
That's pretty impressive.
It's like Vegas.
I mean, those people should get hot dogs because it's their first time, but I've already gone the limit, I think.
There's no limit. Got to go to the well several times. There's plenty in the well. Swing and a miss.
I mean, first game is usually, if the sign's on, they get them.
Right.
If I had enough money, if I did, I would get hot dogs for everybody that's still here.
This one fouled off. How much is enough?
Are you kidding? No, but really, I feel badly about those 2 first-timers with the sign. I really do.
No 2 to Middlebrooks. There is strike 3. Middlebrooks 0 for 3 in the game tonight. Back-to-back Ks for Colon, 6 in all in his outing.
Colon back to the fastball to pick up the strikeout. 2-seam fastball coming back on the outside corner.
Five in a row retired by Colon. Here is Jared Saltalamacchia. He was 1 for 2. Saltalamacchia struck out swinging in the 2nd. He singled in the 5th. And there for a strike, 1-1. Check swing, foul.
From the chair, making a pretty good play, you know.
1-2. Outside 2-2. Grounder foul down towards the tarp. Saltalamacchia has struck out and singled. He's got one of the 3 hits the Red Sox have tonight. And a swing and a miss here. Colon strikes out the side in order. 7 strikeouts for Colon. A 13-0 A's lead. In part by Southwest Airlines, Hyundai, Kia of New England, Mercedes-Benz, your New England Subaru dealers, and by Nissan. Those are about to start the 8th inning here. They have rolled out the tarp. They were about to work on the field once again, but Jerry Lane, the crew chief, calling for the tarp to come out here. And Bartolo Colon, very good tonight, Jerry, is in 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, and keeping the Red Sox without a run.
Well, the amazing thing about Colon tonight, when you watched him pitch, I mean, he just basically threw fastball after fastball after fastball. You see a couple of sliders. There was a slider right there to Nava. And he also threw a few changeups, maybe 2 or 3 changeups in the game. But basically, all fastballs in this game for Colon. Only 3 hits for the Red Sox. As we look at the numbers, 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs. Walked his first batter of the season and had 7 strikeouts in this game tonight. 94 pitches for Colon, 67 for strikes.
And that walk is just the first walk that he's given up in his now 4 outings on the season. He came in at 2-0. We'll move to 3-0. We are in the midst of a rain delay here right now. The Athletics with a 13-0 lead. They out-hit the Red Sox tonight 13-3. Red Sox unable to do offensively with anything against Bartolo. And tonight, Jerry, a tough outing for Alfredo Aceves pretty much right out of the gate.
It was. It started off well. You know, for a first couple of innings, it seemed fine. Then it just got all out of whack in the 6th inning, and everything went wrong for Boston in that inning. And pretty much that was the game right there in the 3rd. So The game was called not because of any change in the rain that's falling. It's been the same all night long, but the field conditions right now have become just about unplayable, and I think that's the reason they stopped the game at this particular point. So, whether it continues, I don't know. If it continues to rain like it is now, I think they have the rule is they have to wait 30 minutes before they call the ball game. So it could be a quick call if this continues, because the field is in pretty rough shape right now.
And certainly the Red Sox, they're down 13-0 here. You don't want to get any deeper into your bullpen than you have to in this situation. Yeah. And Stephen Wright has been able to eat up some innings for the Red Sox in his Major League debut. As the Red Sox here now coming into the dugout and into the clubhouse as they have pulled the tarp here at Fenway Park. And boy, tonight the Oakland A's, we see why they are first in runs right now in the American League.
Well, they had struggled over the weekend down in Tampa, and they are not struggling tonight. Conditions, you started this game and you figured low-scoring game. You figured, both sides would have a tough time scoring runs because of the conditions, the rain, the wind blowing in. No problem for the Oakland Athletics tonight. They came out swinging the bat with 13 hits to go along with those 13 runs that they have on the board right now. And, this is the thing with the new schedule the way it is right now. I mean, this game tonight probably would not have been played if Oakland was coming back one more time. They probably would have called it and had a day-night doubleheader at some point. But the way the schedule is right now, Oakland does not come back again this year. So there are conditions you have to play. We've seen it all over baseball. We've seen a lot of postponements, in terrible weather, especially out west. And unfortunately, the way the schedule is, you have to play these games under these conditions, and the same for both teams. And you got to give credit to the Oakland Athletics tonight. I mean, they came out and they played the game hard, and they put up a bunch of hits and a bunch of runs.
Well, right now it is 13-0. The Oakland A's with the lead. We're in the midst of a rain delay at Fenway Park. We're back with more after this.